Thugs are destroying the city. Criminals just executed you and you've just been reborn? Now you're out of options. You just want to rock on and prepare for a wedding. Let's see if Eric Draven can defeat the villains and right his wrongs in this condensed version of The Crow. The film begins with an exciting action scene of cops standing around doing nothing, pretending to be working. Just like your coworker that does nothing at work but gets paid exactly the same amount as you. We see Sergeant Albright, who's in charge of the investigation, and he's disgusted with what's going on in their city. We witness Eric Draven, who is a rock star, laying lifeless after being tossed out of his apartment, while his fiance, Shelley Webster, is being transported to the hospital. Their wedding is scheduled for Halloween, which is the next day, but tonight is Devil's Night, the day before Halloween, where people go around destroying stuff and doing bad things. According to legend, a crow has the ability to guide souls to the afterlife. However, when someone dies in a tragic circumstance like this, the crow can bring their spirit back to life to correct the wrongs that were done. 1 year later, Sarah visits Eric and Shelley's grave to pay her respects, recalling how they cared for her when they were alive. As she leaves, a crow lands on Eric's grave and begins pecking at it. Who even skateboards in the rain? Sarah, you so silly. Suddenly, Eric climbs out of his coffin and emerges from the grave. The crow has successfully brought him back to life. Eric, with his best Undertaker expression, rolls his eyes and screams in agony as he breathes new life. It's a good thing Sarah wasn't there to see this. I bet it would have been traumatizing for a little girl to see. He slowly makes his way back to the apartment with the guidance of the crow. Remember, Eric, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Eric, after fulfilling his New Year's resolution of getting fit, climbs up the ladder while showing off his gains. Upon arriving at his apartment, he finds it completely destroyed. Now flashbacks flood his mind, replaying the tragic events that occurred before he passed away. It reveals a gang of thugs invaded their home and took advantage of Shelley. While being taken advantage of, Eric arrives home to intervene, only to get beat up and stabbed himself. The situation escalated when the thugs shoot Eric and throws him out the window. Like an Evanescence Bring Me to Life video. Wake me up! Back in the present, he swings on the opening and gets his hands cut, but upon looking at them, he sees it rapidly heal. Eric, now sitting on his IKEA vanity desk, reminisces about the amazing time he had with his lovely fiance. Seeing masks that he used to be playful with her, he gets out his makeup and gets all dolled up like he's ready for a fun night out in town. Oh, he's ready for vengeance now. He reveals his new look. Gains! With a black and white face paint. It's the Crow! Wait, no, that's Sting. He's a wrestler. That's still Sting, but in a different company. Okay, there we go. That's the Crow. The Crow then locates Tintin, who is one of the thugs responsible for his demise. Guided by the Crow, Eric follows, leaping from roof to roof like a character in a classic Nintendo platformer game. When he reaches Tintin, Eric is able to see through the Crow's eyes and boldly leaps off the roof. Upon landing, he laughs frantically, knowing that he cannot pass away. Why so serious? Sting approaches Tintin. Eric approaches Tintin, causing him to pull out his trusty knife. Using his fluent Spanish skills, he tells Eric that Halloween isn't until mañana. You can tell that's at least college level Spanish. Tintin kicks the barrel of garbage towards Eric, but he dodges it and promptly tackles him down. Allowing the thug to land a few blows, Eric manages to have him drop his knife. But don't worry, he has plenty more. After tossing him against the wall, Eric reminds Tintin of his identity. Momentarily recalling, Tintin retaliates and knocks Eric down, drawing more knives as he declares the ease and pleasure of murder. He throws 2 knives at Eric, who effortlessly dodges them. Then he throws another knife. Eric catches it and hurls it back at Tintin, ultimately finishing him off with his own blade. Afterwards, the Crow guides Eric to the pawn shop where Tintin had sold Shelley's engagement ring, bursting through the door like a stone-cold grand entrance. Somebody give me a hell yeah! Eric confronts the shop owner, demanding to know the ring's whereabouts. Unfazed, the owner shoots Eric, only to witness his rapid recovery. Enraged, Eric begins wrecking the shop until the owner reveals the ring's location. Amidst the flashback, Eric discards several rings until he's able to sense the right one. My precious. Eric proceeds to douse the surroundings with gasoline, intensifying the destruction. He demands the shop owner to inform the remaining thugs of imminent pursuit. Grabbing a guitar and a shotgun, he fires at the gasoline, triggering a massive explosion. Despite the chaos, he spares the shop owner's life. Later that night, Sarah prepares to skate off when a taxi nearly collides with her. Just in time, Eric appears and rescues her. Amused, Sarah asks, "Why is he all dressed up like a clown or something?" To which Eric cryptically responds, "Sometimes." Sarah expresses her wish for the rain to stop so she can skate, and then she goes to retrieve her board. Eric remarks, "It can't rain all the time," prompting her to turn around and discover that it's Eric. "It can't rain all the time" was the lyrics in one of Eric's songs. However, he has already vanished, revealing to her that he has indeed returned. Following night, the Crow locates Funboy, enjoying himself with Sarah's drug-addicted mother. Eric enters the room and takes a seat. Funboy then shoots Eric in the hand, and Eric initially feigns injury before revealing his rapid healing abilities. Undeterred, Funboy fires another shot, but Eric seizes a drug-filled needle and stabs Funboy in the leg, incapacitating him. Looks like he's not Funboy now. Hee. Got him. Afterwards, he goes to Sergeant Albright's residence to inquire about what transpired that night with him and Shelley. Albright informs him that he was thrown off a 6-story building and Shelley succumbed to her injuries in a hospital. Eric touches Albright and triggers a vision of Shelley at the hospital, causing him to absorb the pain from it. Eric also acknowledges Albright's dedication in staying with Shelley until her final moments. Later that evening, the Crow lands on T-Bird's car, another one of thugs who targeted him. Eric emerges from behind, wielding a revolver, and forces T-Bird to start driving. Racing at over 90 miles per hour through the streets, the reckless speed catches the attention of the police, leading to a pursuit. The chase culminates in a police crashing their car, and T-Bird finds himself duct taped to the driver's seat of his vehicle, with dynamite equipped in a trunk. T-Bird acknowledges Eric, realizing his fate is sealed with no chance of redemption. Eric sends the car plunging off the dock, triggering a fiery explosion. Oh, and he also had time to make a cool crow symbol out of fire on the ground. Yep, that's pretty cool. The next day, Eric is observed through burning photographs of himself and Shelley, reflecting on their fond memories together. Damn, he's so emo. Sarah, sensing his presence and suspecting he might be there, enters the apartment to find it apparently empty. She voices her belief that she misses Shelley and him. When greeted by silence, Sarah expresses disappointment, mentioning she thought that he cared about her, and begins to depart. Suddenly, Eric emerges from the shadows, assuring her that he does, and embraces her warmly. Aw, he's so sweet. Top Dollar, revealed as the leader of the thugs, arranges a meeting with his associates to discuss his plans for burning down the city on Devil's Night. During their conversation, the Crow lands on the table, signaling Eric's unexpected arrival. He confidently sits crisscross applesauce on top of the table. Top Dollar remarks that Eric must be an avenger who's been causing all these disruptions. Eric points directly at Skank, yep, that's his real name, and declares he wants him. Top Dollar, fed up with the situation, orders his men to open fire on Eric. Bullets fill the room, causing Eric to do his best Harlem Shake until he crashes off the table. One of the henchmen approaches to recover the body, only to find that he has vanished. Eric pops out of nowhere, peekaboo, and opens fire on the henchman, while Top Dollar and his right-hand man, Grange, hastily flees the scene. Not having unlimited ammo, he seizes a sword and systematically eliminates more of the henchmen, declaring that they will all meet their end tonight. Finally reaching Dirty Little Skank, Eric throws him out the window, reminiscent of the Evanescence Bring Me to Life video. Wake me up inside. The police arrive to apprehend him, but Eric manages to evade capture by leaping from roof to roof like a character in a Super Nintendo platform game. With his mission complete, and having exacted revenge on those who wronged him, Eric stands fulfilled. Afterwards, Eric returns to his grave to bid farewell to Shelley and prepare to leave this world for good. There he finds Sarah asleep, waiting for him, and they share their final farewells. As Sarah departs, she's captured by Grange. The Crow witnesses this and prompts Eric to pursue them. In the abandoned church, Grange takes a shot not at Eric, but at his crow. They believe that eliminating the crow will remove Eric's healing power and make him vulnerable to execution. Top Dollar shows himself, declaring that Eric won't get Sarah back, and shoots Eric in the shoulder, finally causing him pain as his healing factor fails to activate. But the crow miraculously resurrects just as they prepare to execute it again. Before they can act, Sergeant Albrecht arrives, initiating a shootout. This diversion allows Eric to escape and recuperate. Albrecht successfully eliminates Grunge and reunites with Eric. Eric informs Albright even though the crow just resurrected, he's no longer invincible, and that 2 more individuals have Sarah captive. They ascend the stairs to the top of the bell tower, but Albright is shot during the ascent. On the roof, Top Dollar holds Sarah captive and tosses her aside, causing her to almost fall off the roof. Approaching Eric, he swings his sword for battle. Eric grabs his own weapon to equalize the situation. Momentarily being distracted by Sarah, Eric gets stabbed in the back by Top Dollar in retaliation. Eric touches Top Dollar's head, inflicting the 30 hours of pain that he absorbed from Albright. Top Dollar stumbles and falls off the roof, his fate different from the Evanescence Bring Me to Life video. I can't wake up! As he lands on the horns of a gargoyle. Eric swiftly moves to save Sarah before she falls off the roof. The film ends with Eric at his grave, reunited with Shelley as Sarah narrates that true love is eternal.